All right, so this is the next class for long acts response. The first class we did parts 1, 2, and 3. And so I think what I'll do is for this class, we'll do parts 4 and 5. And then I'll do a separate class for part 6 and then the ending of the hymn, which I actually don't have written down yet. So for a total of 3 classes. So the second and the third class should be fairly short, or shorter, I should say, than the first class. So part 4 is kind of a continuation of part 3 in terms of the pitch. So for the sake of kind of showing you the transition and keeping the same pitch, I'll start from right here, part 3, and then we'll begin part 4. Okay? Again. One more time. Excuse me. So you might hear sometimes there's no breath here when we sing it live. I just split it up for ease, but sometimes it's sung with no breath here. Let's do it again. Next part. All right, easy 4 down. So let's add that, and then let's review from here. One more time, and then we'll move on to the next part. So there's like a little tail here. Okay, you hear there's a little tail there. One more time. And then this next part you've seen before, right? Like kind of like right here. Let's do from here, and then we'll go to this part. Okay. So the difference is, like from here and here, is the last note is held a little bit longer. So I drew it as a longer line, right? Whereas here there isn't that note. Let's do from here. Let's do from the beginning. let's do it from here, and we'll move on to the next part. Ne Sorry, I need to fix that. I don't know why. Like there. Okay. Sorry about that. Listen again from here. With a slightly different pitch than the first two, right? One more time. Let's do it from here, and then we'll move to the next part. Okay, so it's like a less steep staircase. Okay. Let's do from here. So that we can easily put these three together. Again. It's a little bit tricky. This is very similar to this. So listen carefully to the differences. One more time, and then let's go to the next part. So we have a little bit of a up and down here. And then this one has like a head and this one has a tail. Yeah? Easy. One more time. I put an arrow here to signify, there's like a big drop here. Let's do it again. Let's do it from here. This next part, actually you know this whole thing. So let's just finish it off. Let's do from here, and then we'll just finish it off and then review. Actually, sorry, I misspoke. You know this part and this part, but this is like a new addition, these 4 down, okay? Let's do from here. And then you know this part. It's like this. Okay? Easy. And that's all of part 4. Okay? Let's review. Let's do from the beginning. So keep in mind here, these 4 down, it's a little bit of a less steep slope than this one, right? So this one, and this one also has a 5th note, but this one hits a lower pitch. From here. Listen again. Okay? Let's do it again from the beginning. So if you notice, these 2 are the same. And all right. Let's do 4 one more time, and then we'll start 5. 5. And part 5, this start hopefully looks familiar to you. All right? Just like here at the end of part 3. So as I said in the beginning, there's a lot of repetition here. Actually, in this whole part, there's a lot of notes that we've already learned. Okay, sorry, I was just making sure of something. Okay. Let's do it again. Right? So we've done that already here. At the end of part 3. Okay. Let's do it again. So that, sorry for the pause, but I was just making sure that this is the same. So again, here and here, right? Or sorry, it's here and here. Yeah. Okay. One more time. And then this new part would be so it's the same thing as here. These are the same, it's just this is lower pitch. This one is lower pitch. Just a touch. Which is why it's not like a straight line. Like I have it here and a little bit lower. Okay? Hear the difference? Again, from here. Just a little bit lower pitch, this one. Okay, let's do from here and then let's move on. Familiar, yeah? It's kind of similar to this, but the difference is that these ones are like higher pitch. And it that's the end of part 3, yeah? And then this one is oh, sorry. Okay? Let's review from the beginning. Sorry. Let's review that again. Sorry, I keep going back and forth to earlier notes and I might be confusing you more. So let's just focus on this. All right? Let's review it again. This part again. Let's review this part a little more. Okay? One more time from here. So pay attention to this part. Okay, so really this is the one that repeats 3 times. Not this. It's not. This is a little different. And then repeats again, or 2 more times. Let's do it from here. Listen again. So this is another one of those, maybe I should put arrows here, but like this one go up and there's an immediate down, right? All right? Listen again from here. So be careful in here, right? Okay, this is 2 different things. Again. One more time. Let's do from here, and then we'll move on to the next part. Okay, both parts together. Let's do that one more time, actually, and then we'll go to the next part. this up a little bit more. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next part, and I'll start from here. So you can, this is the new part, I'll start from here. Listen again from here. So this one is also kind of the same structure, like a up and down. Just the notes are longer, so I didn't put a line through them. You can see these ones are kind of like you can. I didn't draw a line through these two because these notes are held a little bit longer, but it's, you can, if you look at it like this, it is kind of like a upward and then a downward, like a hill. Again. And then to finish it off, again. One more time. Putting it all together. Okay. Let's review from the beginning. That's the new part. Let's do from here. It's a little bit different. So you can see it's not like this one. It's kind of similar to this one, right? So maybe actually what I should do is lower that one a little bit, because these two are not the same. This is not the same pitch as that one. Here, I'll even put an arrow here. Oops. I'll put an arrow here. This is another drop. From here. Actually, what I should do is bring this whole thing down because of the pitch. Okay? And then the next part has the same piece here. Sorry, I did that wrong. Let's do it from here. So now it starts to go up a little higher. Okay? From here. So you can think of this and this as the same, right? This and this are the same. From here. I might need to rewrite this one. I think that's what I was going for. Sorry, that's a little bit confusing. That's how you end it. Let's do from here so I can put that all together for you. Sorry, it's a little bit confusing. All right? Let's do it together from the beginning. From 5. to redo this one. Okay. All right. Let's review 4 and 5, and then we'll be done with this class. Okay?